Good game, Georgia. Well, you won by 27. We'll take a 27-point victory over Florida any year. I won't watch Florida football anymore if we don't fire the whole coaching staff and start over from scratch. Gosh. And this is a good question, but hey, how many interceptions do you think it will take to bench Stetson? I do not know. Stetson Bennett played pretty bad today. It was very disappointing. And it was weird. Stetson Bennett came into this game being top 11 or 12 in the nation in passing efficiency. JT Daniels was top 4. Georgia as a team, believe it or not, before this week, Georgia was top 4 in passing efficiency this year. So it was, the numbers were looking good, but then he comes out, plays a terrible game. And the thing is, Stetson Bennett played pretty bad today, and Georgia still won by 27 against Florida, the same Florida team that competed against Alabama. So, the game plan for Florida, I'm going to be real with you. I exactly thought this would happen. They really targeted most of their running backs on those wheels. Dan Mullen loves those wheel routes. But he likes to use his tight ends too, his slot wide receivers as well. So I thought the game plan offensively for Florida was exactly what I thought it would be. But, execution is just the difference. But, hey, if you're a Florida fan, you're able to run 160 yards. I know but you scored 7 points. Those 3 turnovers were very costly. You turned over the ball 3 times in 3 minutes and gave up 21 points. That's where you lost this game. Stetson Bennett didn't do anything spectacular enough for Georgia to win this game. It was the defense. Defense wins championships. And that's just – hopefully that's the same case. We got some kind of Miami athletic director going on here. Something going to let us there's George. I love George, though. My Gators were very hard to watch tonight, but we just got what we deserved. It just comes down to execution. I thought the game plan for Florida was actually not that bad offensively. Defensively, it was working absolutely to a crisp. I know Georgia scored 34 points, but 21 of those points came in on that in that last 3 minutes. It's really hard to sit here and watch Stetson Bennett play as a Georgia fan and feel good about it. I'm just going to be real with you. But yeah, defensively for both teams, I thought both teams did really good. Both teams barely even had 350 yards of total offense. Just looking off of total offense, Florida came into this game averaging over 500 yards per game. So Georgia held them 150 yards under what they were getting. And rushing yards, Dan Mullen's rush offense, top 5 in the nation. Georgia held them to 161. Kirby Smart's going to be mad about that. But as a Georgia fan, hey, listen, this is what I expected coming into this game. Florida was going to try to run the ball on Georgia. So to be honest with you, I see this all the time. Florida's defense was not the problem today at all. Florida's defense has not been the problem all year except for one game, and that was against LSU. That defense has done its job for majority of part of this season. They go back to that Kentucky loss. They gave up 13 points and still lost. You go to the Alabama game. Gave up 31 points to Alabama. That is hard to do. Texas A&M and Florida are the only 2 teams this year to hold Alabama's offense to 31 points. So, it just is what it is. Todd Grantham, this defense coming into the season was expected to be top 25 to, at worst, top 40. But last year they were, in the 80s or 90s? And guess what? Florida's defense this year is in the top 35. So I wouldn't really blame I wouldn't even blame Todd Grantham for this game. Yeah, Florida's defense played really good. Georgia's offense, top 15 in scoring offense. But, man, it's just watching the pass game, I understand Stetson Bennett completed 10 passes and still had 161 yards. But you go back and look at some of these passes that he was throwing and reading, it just looked like he just heaved up some of these or just heaved the ball up on first down plays too, which didn't make any sense. It is what it is. And come to think of it, did he throw 2 interceptions to the same guy? Was it Helms? Oh, no, it was the backup, Rashad Torrance. It wasn't Helms. My bad. Rashad Torrance, he's a backup safety for Florida, had 2 interceptions in this game, and they were easy interceptions too, which made no sense. Yes, Stetson Bennett played pretty bad. Conservative play calling, I wouldn't really consider Dan Mullen's play calling very conservative. To an extent it was, but you got to go back into the first half. They were at a 4th down and 13, I think. Right? They were on a 4th down and 13. They ended up going for it. And to be fair, Anthony Richardson had a guy wide open, and he threw a decent ball. He was getting pressured, but it was great coverage by, I think, Kendrick at that point in time.